Hey y'all, thank you for tuning in again to the All In podcast where the regular girls have the real conversation. It's your girl Major Key.
It's your girl Ash Nicole.
And it's your girl Chimpy.
And we are back with another video. We missed y'all just
Period.
like
Hey
Yay.
y'all. And Champy is back this weekend. My girl is out of her sick bed.
yes.
So let's jump right on in with the prayer so we can get it started with these topics.
Yes, because I think these topics is good topics. All
Mm-hmm.
our topics be good topics. We say that every week. But yes, let's get into the prayer. Close your eyes and bow your heads. God, we thank you for giving us the opportunity to be back yet again another week, a Monday to, show our just growth from when we started the pod, and where we are now, just giving us the ability to articulate the things that we were trying to get across and to continue to build our audience. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Um,
Amen. Amen. Amen.
so
So
y'all,
how y'all feeling?
all right,
What'd you say?
I was about to say, so y'all, we got some good topics, but
Uh,
yes, everyone.
let's do a temperature check first before we dive in there. Let's do a temperature check. How y'all feeling? How your weekend going?
My weekend was real good. I feel like me and my man, we did some quality time. We went on a date. It was cool. We had a good weekend. Well, I had a good weekend, and I feel like I'm kind of recharged for work because last week was crazy. Okay.
Okay,
Mhm.
recharge. How you
Yeah.
feeling, Champy?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling so grateful that I'm back out to be because I had to struggle through work sick for a whole week because I had took off the week prior and I just started a new job, so I could not take off 2 weeks back to back. So yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling like ready to jump into the new week. My weekend was really chill. Like, what did I do yesterday? Yesterday, I watched the fight yesterday, but before the fight came on, I just chilled most of the day. Then today, I cleaned all day. Cause I just want to get the germs out of my house. Cause my man's sick, I'm sick, so we just need, some cleanliness going on. So yeah, that was pretty much my weekend. Chill weekend, good weekend, but chill weekend. What
Okay,
about
my
you,
little
Ash?
lady.
I know I had my May outfit on, y'all. I just changed. I know.
My weekend was cool. It was pre-order weekend to the iPhone 16. So my weekend was crazy. Friday was crazy, Saturday was crazy, but I was off today, thank God. So I woke up this morning and started cleaning too, washing clothes, putting clothes away, getting my closet back organized. And that's really it. I went to one of my coworkers' little cookout. That's why I just got home and I'm tired. They had some good food there, so now I'm sleepy.
Why you call it a little cookout? Was it like
It
really
really was
only
a
a
little
small
cookout, only a
gathering?
couple people there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cookout.
it was a little cookout, nothing too big.
So was it a lot of food there?
Yes, and they are Dominican, so everybody was speaking Spanish. So that was like a little culture shock for me. But they were so nice though. Like they kept trying to speak to me in like English as best as they could.
Did you try your
But I
Spanish
know,
out?
yeah, I know a little bit of Spanish,
Un
so it was
poquito.
good.
Hey.
I know a little bit of me teaching me at work. But no, it was fun. The food was really, really good. So I'm happy she invited me.
I've never been to a
Good.
Spanish cookout. What's the difference? Like, did you notice any like highlights that's different than like our culture cookouts versus theirs?
Well, one, obviously the music. They play Spanish music the whole
Oh
time.
no,
She gonna say, "Oh no."
I don't like that. I don't like that. I like when
Well,
they
that's their music. You wanted them to play our music.
mix it up just a little bit, just a little.
She said, "My ooh no, I didn't mind because it was a vibe. They had hookah, they was playing Spanish music, and they obviously had Spanish like meals, like they had rice and gandules, that's like rice and beans.
Mm-hmm.
They had carne asada, chicken, they had pork chops, they had all of this stuff on the grill, and they specifically made me fish since I'm doing this whole pescatarian thing.
Oh,
But the
nice.
food was really good, and then her birthday cake is tres leches cake.
Mm.
So that was like really the biggest difference. But what I will say is they are super friendly, super nice. And they like to dance and they get up and have a good time.
That's
So
good.
I had a good time. It was fun.
That's good.
Shout out
Okay.
to her. shout,
Shout out
shout
to
out to
her.
my coworker. Thank you for inviting me, girl.
Did they have patalitos? Because I remember the first time we tried them. And I think it was at our old classmate Miguel house. Was that the first time you
Hmm.
tried them?
Yeah, that was my
Okay.
first time. And I be eating them Jones all the time now.
So they had them or no?
No, they didn't have them at the cookout, but we be
Oh,
getting
okay.
them when we be at work. Cause my store is like I probably got more Spanish reps than I do regular reps, so we
I'm
always
crying
be
at regular
eating.
reps. Like what?
And what you
You know,
but
Like what does that mean?
but everybody else is like of the Hispanic culture because my store is a Conexion store, which means we get really high Hispanics. So I got majority Spanish reps.
Okay.
So
okay,
yeah.
connection.
Connection
Great.
location. Period. But yeah, that was my weekend. It was a little chill vibe. And I'm off tomorrow too, so that's good. I still got another day to reset and get
Ooh,
myself together
I,
before I go back to work.
I would love to be
Lucky
off
you.
today. That's the best.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right,
But
get into these topics.
let's get into it.
Our first question is why is resetting yourself or just resetting in general so important? So I think we all talking about like cleaning on a Sunday. Like I know I was just telling Ed before I hopped on, like I'm about to put my laundry in. So like usually Sundays are associated with like resetting or even like resetting through different seasons. Let's start answering the question, why is it so important that we do
Mm.
We're getting
That's
right in. It's deep.
good.
that?
I mean, for just the basic reason, I would say it just helps ease into whatever like the next thing is, whether it's the next week or the next season or whatever the case. It just gives you the ability to be able to like go in with either a clear mind, clean clothes, lunch, whatever the case may be. But I think it just make life easier. Like I feel like when you don't take the time to plan or to just reset just completely, you just going to constantly be like in motion and you
Yeah.
won't go crazy. So I think it's very important to stop and like just chill, ease your mind, close the tabs in your mind, and get yourself prepared for whatever the next thing is. So for me, I think resetting just looks like doing nothing. Even resetting could just be cleaning my house too. Like even if I'm still running around busy like a chicken with my head cut off, is me doing the things that I want to do versus stuff that I have to do on a daily basis. So
Yeah.
I
yeah.
like that with a chicken with my head cut off. I really do. I feel like I don't know if that's just us, our culture that say that or not, but when people come up with these like little sayings, I be giggling. But
Because when you think about a chicken running around with his head cut off,
I
like
know that
crazy.
looks crazy. But I think resetting for me is like I agree with a lot of the stuff you said. Resetting for me is hard though sometimes because I be so in the swing of like just keep going, 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 going that when it's time to restart or reset, like it just be like I gotta like force myself to do it sometimes. Of
Mm,
course, like the small resets is easy, like maybe like how we talked about like on Sundays resetting, but like actually like taking that break and like thinking about like all right, let me stop what I'm doing and really think about what's next for me. That's a
mm,
little hard for me at times.
Hmm.
mm.
Yeah, that definitely could be hard. I could see that.
Yeah, so I don't know, I gotta figure out how to navigate through doing it. I've been doing better with it though. I think that just being patient with myself is also a hard thing for me to do, so I think that like go hand in hand with it on my
Yeah,
end.
give yourself
Yeah.
some grace.
Yes.
What you think, Kiki?
I think resetting. I think everyone should make sure once a week at least you reset. Whether it could be Sunday because you gotta go to work on Monday or like Saturdays. I just think that just reevaluating, just taking a step back is always important to see like what changes you want to make, where you want to go, like where your mind is. I think it's super important for people to actually take a breather because if you're on constant go 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 mode, like you start to feel like you start to kind of lose yourself a little bit. So I
Mm-hmm.
resetting yourself, regrounding yourself is super important just for you to actually like take a breather. And I think this would like kind of leads to like, bad mental health is because a lot of the time, a lot of us are always on go mode because we always, we got to look out for ourselves. We got stuff to do, things to accomplish. And sometimes we get caught up in the day to day that we don't sit back. We don't take a time to sit back and really like relish in actually breathing and existing. So I think it's just super important, especially mental health wise. Like, you got to make sure you are good before you can continue on with any next step or next possibilities you might have in your life. So
Yeah. And I
I
used
feel
to
like
get, go ahead, Champy.
no, go ahead, you go.
I feel like I used to get overwhelmed when I had to think about all of the things that I had to do.
mm,
So I would just go take a nap and not do anything. And
mm,
so now I'm out of that habit and I just be like, all right, cool, let me just knock it all out. And so I find myself constantly moving. And then I'm like, dang, like, was I even off yesterday? Like, I was just moving
Mm-hmm.
all day long. So now, like, I'll just make sure that even if it's just like 15, 20 minutes, just decide to do something that I want to do, whether it's just sit in the corner and scroll on TikTok. That's what I'm going to do, but also not get consumed in that and just really like
mm,
set a time for it and just stick to that time and that's it. Like, all right, that's it. That's enough. Like, let's just get up and do whatever else you got to do, because I felt myself like pushing stuff off and then it becomes this whole pile of things. And then I'm sitting in the corner crying because I got so much to do. So now I'm just like bits and pieces at a time, taking one day at a time. So I'm not overwhelmed because there's always going to be something to do.
I
always,
know.
always.
um, Remind me to come back to that point because I want to ask, like, do y'all have like certain days y'all reset certain stuff? But before I get to that, I wanted to touch on like the mental health part that Kiana was talking about because like literally Friday I had that exact like scenario happen to me. It was so much going on at work. I didn't get the chance to leave till 6:30, and then also mind you, I was sick all week, and then I come home and like everybody is in my family is asking me to do things. Not everybody in my family, but the people who I talk to like on a daily basis was asking me to do things. And then like by the time I got home, it was like 8 o'clock, and I literally like came in the house. And my boyfriend was like, "Are you okay?" And like I just said yes, but I really wasn't okay. And I went in the bathroom. I like literally just sat in there for like 15 minutes, like, and like just was sitting on the floor. Like I ain't had to use the bathroom, nothing. I just needed like some me time.
Yeah.
And that's just like one of those things that you don't notice until you at a burnout point.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh,
so yeah, you definitely gotta reset and check on your mental health. So I think that's a good point. But do y'all have like certain days y'all like reset certain stuff?
Yeah.
no.
I,
Yes and no. Okay,
for,
let's hear the yes.
for me, like, okay, I reset for work on Sundays just because, like, Sundays is like a catch all day. Like, I'm preparing myself for the week. So, like, I'll take out my planner. Like, I plan what my Monday through Wednesday will look like first. I respond to emails. I get feedback. Like, all those things, like, work related reset is on Sunday. Now, cleaning my house reset always takes place on Fridays because usually, like, I have a half a day, and then I have like professional development, and then I'll come home. I'll take a like an hour or two nap, and then I'll get up, put my music on, and I'm like cleaning my house and stuff. Because usually my man, like on the weekends, like he'll come home at like 2 a.m. and then like, well, by the time like I'm done cleaning, like he'll be walking through the door. So that type of time I reset on Fridays, like when it comes to my house, and then like my personal self, like having a good time, or like connecting with family, friends, like that's usually on my Saturday. So the weekend is really like house, then me, then work. So that's for me.
Yeah, I ain't got no days. Sometimes my my
Mhm.
days off be different. Like for the most part, it has been Sunday and Monday, but sometimes we do have to alternate. So I do have to work on Sunday sometimes. So I kind of fit it in wherever I fit it in. Whatever day I'm off, I do plan like, all right, I'm gonna be off on Sunday, so I'm gonna do this, this, and this. I plan in that way, but I don't have a specific day weekly that I do stuff in the house. Um but I feel like I do need to adopt that like schedule,
Man.
because I'll meal prep one week and then before I know it we into the next week and I didn't meal prep nothing, and I'm like, damn, what I'm gonna eat all this week? And I be
Mhm.
working and then go to the gym, so I don't have time to come home at night to meal prep because I'm sitting down eating dinner. I feel like that's me and my husband's time, so I don't cook and make a whole meal prep then because we watching TV and all of that. It's just like my days start running together. So I definitely do need to like get more organized when it comes to like making sure everything is set out for the week that I need to do, and do it like every single week.
Mhm.
But for the most part, I just do it when I'm off. Whatever day I'm off, that's just the day I'm gonna do it.
Got it. Yeah, I want to get better with like just finding other days. It's outside of a Sunday because I feel like Sunday is like the day right before work, and if I'm doing all of this stuff the day
Yeah.
before I still got to do all of this stuff. It just be a little hassle for me. So I want to like learn how to, do it on other days of the week versus like
Mhm.
waiting for everything on a Sunday.
And what
One
be
tip.
fortunate is like even on Sunday, sometimes like if you do have a lot, some getting done, and then you just like letting that pull over to the next week, and then that's when.
Hmm.
I'm not saying that's you, but personally, but like
That's
uh,
me.
usually like that's what ends up happening.
And I really got smarter and like didn't wait to do my laundry on the weekends. So what I do, because I don't like to wash, dry, fold, and put away all together. So I
Mm,
need to break it up a little bit. So I'll wash clothes like when I come home one night. If I know that I'm gonna be off the next day, like I'll start washing clothes that night and I'll just put them in my guest room and then I'll just fold them at some point over the weekend or over my 2 days off. That
mm.
kind of helps so it's not so overwhelming, like I'm doing it all at one time. That definitely helps because I think laundry is my like
I hate it. That's the worst thing that was ever.
what do you mean we gotta wash clothes again? Like
I'm
again.
freaking up.
It's already.
Like it's every week. Every week.
I
Every
don't think laundry is my like worst battle. I think my worst battle is cleaning the bathroom. Like I hate cleaning the bathroom.
Oh, I'll
I
take
be
that.
having to build that courage to be like, all right, let me go in here and clean this bathroom.
I definitely hate cleaning the bathroom too.
Like
Getting
I
all in the
I do
crevices. Like what do
laundry
I look
over the
like
bathroom
cleaning
any day.
a toilet? Ugh.
Oh,
Oh,
I,
I
Like
know.
with a man that lived there too, piss everywhere. Like, oh my God, I don't feel like
yeah.
cleaning this.
Thanks.
Like, I don't feel like it. But no,
That's
you
literally why I
definitely,
hate when my boyfriend used my bathroom. Like, use your own bathroom with all that pissy stuff in your bathroom. Like, I don't like to have to come and look at my toilet and it's pissy. No, if that's what you like,
Um,
you figure that out in here.
I'm
Last
saying
like
that if that's what you
today,
like.
today I was so irked. Like he went to go use the bathroom first, and then I went to go follow right after him to use the bathroom, and he leaves the pee in the toilet. I'm like, yo, you gotta go now. Now you got.
You gotta go.
I flushed the toilet
Yeah,
That's
definitely flush your toilet.
hilarious.
Like, stop playing with me.
like dirty. That was
Like,
dirty.
don't do that. But since we're talking about our partners now, it goes right into navigating through changes in yourself and your partner.
Mm.
So what we starting with? Cause I
Whatever
think
you want.
I think both hard.
I'm gonna say partner first.
That takes a lot of patience, I think, for me.
Yes.
Cause I be so like used to one way and then soon as I feel like I didn't got used to this way, you wanna do something different. Like it'd be like, all right, like I just got this damn pit. But
Yeah.
I do like it though. Like I feel like all of us need like that growth period in our life every like maybe X amount of months or years. So like although it's a stressful point where you trying to like relearn a person, it's also like beauty in it because it's like I know you're not stagnant. So
Yeah.
that's like, a gift and a curse, but it just be like, all right, like I could deal with it, but I'm a celebrate it in my mind, but I'm gonna complain about it a little bit.
Mm.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit hard. But as far as like right now, like my boyfriend is going through like a little different stage in his life. And I feel like I'm just so happy for him because like when I was doing stuff that I really wanted to do, like he was really supportive of that and I just wanted to be able to be that person for him.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for his new journey.
I love that. Shout out to
Mhm.
him.
Um.
Hey babe. Shout out to you.
I think navigating through changes of your partner, I think I definitely agree you need patience. And also, I think you also need to have open mindedness. I think one thing with me, when like going through changes with my person, I was very closed minded in the beginning. I think it's because like I couldn't accept, I can't accept, I don't accept change easily. Like change for me
Mhm.
doesn't come easy. And so when I do feel like somebody is switching up or I feel like somebody is changing and I'm like, I'm not with it right away, like I get closed minded, like, no, I actually don't want to deal with you. I don't want to deal with this. Like, this is too much. But I literally had to learn how to be open minded to the different phases of someone's life. Like, just because my life, I feel like right now is, I have my one way of thinking, and that's just what I've been doing. And like, I have changed in some capacity, and he was okay with me changing. Like, I also had to give him the same grace. So that's something that I am working on myself with, is like accepting others, people, and their changes, and being okay with like what they're trying to move towards in their life. So that's
Yeah.
something I'm working on, because I feel like me and my man, we going through a crazy stage right now, but like, we just have to be open minded with one another, and be just being continue to be patient. So
Yeah. Everybody is definitely on the same path when it comes to talking about patience. Patience is the real tea.
mm,
Like, I think that's the real test right there. Like, having patience. Having patience is not easy, like, at all. So I think definitely having patience, but also finding the beauty in change, like being able to sit back and see like where we came from as a couple and where we are now currently. Like, if we didn't make those changes or those adjustments, where would we be like this day? So I don't know. I think in the midst of it, it could be hard. For me specifically, I feel like if I realize somebody is making a change or somebody is going through something, I gotta learn how to not make it about me, if that
mm,
makes sense. Like, I gotta learn how to make it like maybe it don't got nothing to do with me. Like, it's like they're not mad at me. They're not doing it because of something that I did. They're just doing it because they're an individual and they need to change or make a change or do something. And case in point, like when right before we were about to get engaged, I feel like Dana was starting to act a little bit funny. Like, he was being weird, like very standoffish, very like distant. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, what did I do? What are we gonna break up? Like, what? And so finally, I was like, no, we need to have a talk about this. And so I was talking to him, and I was just like, why does it seem like, you kind of like not interested? Like, you giving me like the cold shoulder or whatever. And he just was like, after we got engaged, he really told me like the real tea. But he was basically saying, like, as a man, you got to mentally prepare yourself for such a big step in your life. Like, I was about to ask you to be my wife. Like, that was kind of hard for me to like digest. He was like, I'd never really seen like, real marriage or whatever the case may be. So it's like just realizing that you're gonna be with one person for the rest of your life and like accepting that. And that was a change that he was going through that I really didn't take too well or too lightly, because I really was in the like dark of what was going on. But essentially I'm like, wow, I just respected it looking back, him being able to be honest and tell me like exactly what he was thinking and what he was feeling mentally was cool. So yeah, I think change is necessary. Change helps growth. Um, and change do bring y'all closer together too. So
no,
Yeah.
for sure.
that
It
was
could bring
deep.
y'all closer together, like after it. Like,
Yeah,
while y'all
definitely not
both,
in the
you be
midst.
I,
like,
yeah,
come on, like, what's going on? What's going on? Like you said, like, what we about to break up?
Yeah, I
Like,
really thought we was done. We was done, y'all. And ain't nothing even happened. We ain't arguing nothing. That's why I really was like in my head, like, what is going on? Like, why? Why you acting like that? Why you being weird
but
to me?
one thing I do love about like when me and my boyfriend argue, like once it's
Screaming.
done, like we be up under each other every single day. He
so
like
y'all missed each other.
he
Y'all keep arguing. Y'all need to chill.
Toxic.
stop, but it's because we love when we come back together. Ain't that toxic? That's crazy,
Toxic AF. Like, let's just argue so we can be back
right?
together.
So we can be up under each other. No, but for me, like navigating change for myself, I think it's hard too because I be trying to figure me out, and I think my also problem is being there for everybody else while I'm trying to figure me out. And
Mm-hmm.
then another layer to that is that I'm it's uncomfortable to unlearn a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta find a comfort in just like, all right, this is where I want to go, but this is all the stuff I was already taught. Like, how do I just dismiss all of that and get out of the habit of doing all of this stuff
Mm-hmm.
just to, you know, find a way to even start doing what I want to do. So that be a lot of like play on your mental too. Like, all right, like how do I do this? Like, how do I figure this out? Like, cause a lot of the time it don't even be like it be physical sometimes, but most of the time it be mental. Like, all right, you gotta get in that mood. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it be hard to get that food, especially when you like. Well, for me, like I'm used to just like going about my day. Like, all right, like I'll do this if I want to do this. I'll do this if I don't. Whatever the case may be. But now it's just like more. me being strict on myself and like finding out what I want, being disciplined, being patient, all of those type things. So
Right.
Yeah.
hard but worth it.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing about navigating change for myself is realizing that you're getting older, babe, and all of those things that you was doing when you were younger, it's like it was cute because you was young and you got time ahead of you to fix it. But now's the time. Like now's
Yeah.
the time to stop playing around. Now's the time to be more disciplined. Now's the time to really figure out what it is that you want to see for yourself going forward. Now's the time to really be strict about what your 5 year plan is, what your 10 year plan is. And I think that's hard for me to digest too, because it's like I'm still a kid in my head, but I'm really not.
Mhm.
Like
Oh
you gotta grow
yeah.
up, like you gotta get it together. So for me, I think it's really overwhelming to think about the changes that you obviously want to make, and it's like, where do you start? For me, it's like when you know you want to do so many different things, it's like, okay, where do I start? Like I want
Right.
to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. Like when's the best time? Is it the fall? Is it the spring? Is it the summer? Is it tomorrow? Like I don't know. So I think for me is taking it really one day at a time and really just planning it out versus being so overwhelmed of the thought of how many steps it is going to take to get to a specific place. It's just taking the step, like taking the first step.
Yeah, starting is
um
always the hardest part for me too.
Yeah.
always. And that's even with the gym. Like I started the gym and now I've been consistent with the gym going on 3 months, and it's like that's crazy to me because I remember when I kept saying every day, I'm gonna try to go today, I'm gonna try to go today, and didn't go. So now I'm just like, all right, I can't. Like once you start, it's easy to keep going, but the moment that you have a little break or you're scheduled on the line and you can't go, now I'm getting worked up and overwhelmed. Like, oh my God, what if I don't go back to the gym again? So it's like being consistent and staying consistent is
Yeah.
probably hard.
I
So
miss I miss being consistent with the gym. Now it's that starting piece for me. Like I be wanting to start. Like I'm gonna start tomorrow. I'm for real this time. I really am gonna start. But it just be like, all right, I'll say that, and then tomorrow, like, all right, I'm gonna go to work. I got a doctor's appointment after work. After I get out the doctor's appointment, do I really want to go to the gym? Then gotta come home and
no,
cook. Like that'd be a
mm-mm.
lot for
A
me.
lot, right?
Too much.
I think
So
it's
I'll
also
probably just start on Saturday,
I
fresh.
think it's also the piece of like, all right, once you do start, when obstacles come your way, what are you going to do? Like, what is
Hmm.
the plan? Like, I think that's one thing when it comes to like changes for me. Like, yes, I can start a change, but also like being consistent and also like planning for things that might go wrong that day. I think that's the piece where right now I'm trying to find my little niche. Like, what
Mhm.
am I gonna do? You know?
Right.
Yeah. I think
That's
just
big.
acknowledging the fact that there's going to be obstacles is the first part of it, and being okay with the fact that there's obstacles.
Hmm.
Because, like, for me, like I told you, it was iPhone launch weekend. So I planned to go to the gym Friday night. That ended up not working out. I ended up having to work from open to close. But being okay with the fact that, like, all right, I probably don't get to go to the gym today, but make sure that I put that extra time on my gym time tomorrow, and actually going to the gym tomorrow and spending that extra maybe 45 minutes or 30 minutes in there because I didn't get to go the day before, and just being okay with it, like giving yourself grace,
Yeah.
like, okay, I missed a day, that's fine. As long as I can be able to pick up where I left off this day or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
And still being able to continue to go forward and
Dang, that's deep. I can't get into all way there yet. Like missing a day at the gym and then doing double the work, I'd be like, oh, I'm going tomorrow. That's and whatever workout I had that day is the workout I'm doing. Like I don't know if
nope,
I
I
could do
did
an
my
extra
workout from
45.
that
Like
day plus this day together.
yeah,
So I
like
did full body.
you should have just came home and did a little at home workout on Friday so
I
that
should
you
have,
could.
but I was so tired from working open to close. All I could think about was coming home, eating, and going to bed. Like I was exhausted, so I couldn't do
Mhm.
nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
I
But
want to learn how to go to the gym before work, like, but like I told y'all
girl,
before, I cannot
I,
do the whole
but
showering at the gym. Like, I can't do it.
oh, I could do that. It's just the getting up for me.
I know I set my alarm, so I better get my ass up. Like,
Kiana, first of all, you have to be at work so early. How would you go anywhere before work?
well, I got a gym in my complex, so I was going to try
Oh,
to do that because when I was living at my old apartment, I was doing that. So yeah, I set my alarm for 4:10,
no.
As you should.
and then I set my alarm for 5:15, so I know I could be done within an hour. So I can still get in the shower, get dressed, and stuff like that. So we going to see. We going to check back in
So
tomorrow.
when you starting that one? Because I want to know how that. Come back next week and tell us how that went.
I'm starting it today, but also I was already
Today.
tomorrow. I mean, I'm
Tomorrow, yeah, today.
tomorrow.
The time that it dropped, she be already went to the gym and everything.
Period.
So
Hopefully, God willing.
God willing, I'm
No,
gonna
you
wake
gonna make it. I miss having a gym in my complex. Well, not the last one, but the last place I live. I keep moving. I was able to go to the gym at early in the morning and then come home. I mean, yeah, come home, get dressed for work. Boom. I did that consistently, maybe for about 2 weeks, and it wasn't that bad. Like it just was the falling off and trying to get back into it. That's
Yeah.
a lot, but that's definitely convenient when you got a gym in your complex. See, I don't
Yeah.
have that luxury anymore, so I just can't make it out the house. Then have to come back home. I'll be wanting to go ahead and lay down after that. After I come back home, take a shower, like. But that's
I
gonna be the
I just
discipline
can't
part.
get up. I'm not a
Yeah.
morning person. Plus, I like being as though Dana is such a night owl. I find myself trying to stay up with him. So
Yeah.
it ain't no way that
Look
I'm
at you
gonna
on
get
his
up.
top, trying to be on his.
early. I'm on his body.
On him bed. Like I'm gonna stay
Whole
with
time I
you.
be
Whole time
falling asleep
sleepy.
on the couch, but as long as I'm sleeping on the couch and he right next to me, that's okay. I'm still asleep. So I can't see myself getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning if I just went to sleep at 1. Like that ain't gonna happen for me. So I'm gonna continue to go to the gym either on my lunch break or after work. And if I decide that I'm gonna be able to go in the morning, then we'll see. I do want to start Pilates in the morning though, because I don't think it really like if you're gonna do Pilates, I feel like you only can do it in the morning. There's no night Pilates. It might be, but for me, I just feel like
Night Pilates. She likes it.
yeah, but I feel like the girls that do Pilates got their life together and they go at 6 in the morning.
And they also work from home.
Like, so I just if I do Pilates, it has to be in the morning. That's what's gonna wake me up. But I'm gonna try because that's a good little chunk of change. So if I'm paying $200 a
I
month
know
for
you
a
gonna
class,
go.
I'm going. I'm going. So I'm trying to plan accordingly so I can get to that point. Because right now, it's not working. Like I cannot get up.
Well,
So
let's
what
talk
y'all
about.
fourth quarter looking like?
I need something fun. Right now, it's like real serious.
I like this serious. This is D. We grown ups.
I'm gonna let's be a little kid for a second.
Okay, what do you want to talk about that's fun?
I don't know. Let's talk about Megan.
I knew you was gonna say that.
What?
Megan Good.
Megan Good paying for her man
Oh
bills.
God! I thought when you said Megan, I automatically thought Meg the Stallion.
No,
I'm
Megan Thee
screaming
Stallion.
at Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Good covering bills and child support for her man Jonathan. Absolutely the fuck. Is she okay in the head? She cannot be. But
Child,
I Coretta Scott. So
being as though I love my man so much, I would definitely foot the bills for him. But to go as far as paying his child support is absolutely insane. They're not my kids. Yeah.
It's a day that my kids.
that's super
And
deep.
and like the fact that I know when women get child support, they don't be solely spending it on the kids, they be spending it on themselves. Me thinking about giving your baby mom some money to go get her nails done don't rub me the right way.
Oh my gosh.
That means you paying his bills and hers.
Yeah, no, like I'm cool. I'm so cool. And if I love them kids, that's something different. I'll do stuff for them when we're together. But to pay your child support is a bit much.
That's excessive.
Like he don't got no money. Like he can't pay anything.
I don't know,
I
y'all.
don't know.
Like he ain't getting no more Lovecraft country
like
money.
there's no amount of tears or layoff prayer, none of that that'll be like, you know what? I am really willing to pay this man child support and his bills. Like, and I get you said you would pay your man bills fully, but you're married. Like, she ain't even
Mm-hmm.
married to this man. Like, y'all
Exactly.
just go together. Like, but Ash, I do got you down for you just going with somebody.
No.
Like, cause even if me and my man was not married right now, I
I
would
know
still
you
pay all
still
his
was
bills.
But look, I need more information because I want to know, like, am I paying your bills or am I paying like our bills where we live together. Like
Right.
if we live together, that's different than like me paying your bills, my bills, your baby mom bills, and for the kids. Like that's a lot. That's a lot going
That's
on.
too much.
I think they live together. I would assume their bills together because y'all at this grown age. Why would you have your own house and she have hers, and you can't afford it? You might as well just move in with me. That's stupid.
Yeah, so if we live together, that's a different story. Like if we locked in for real, and you going through hard times, I'm definitely gonna be there for my man.
Right.
But that's
But
what I'm saying. Like I feel like in the beginning, I don't think it was always like that. I think he was making his own money before and probably hit like a rough patch when all of that, litigation stuff came out with the girl and the abuse, domestic violence, whatever. So
but
that's
that's
what
when they
I'm
got
saying. Like,
together. Like
Yeah, I'm about to say that was
you wasn't taking care of me prior to that. Like you wasn't doing nothing for me. We wasn't even
Yeah.
together.
I mean, I don't know if they got together or that's just when we found out that they was together.
Well, he was
They,
with the white girl, so then you was actually doing
true, true, true.
some side
No,
stuff
you're
with
right.
this
You're
man.
right. You're right. Oh
Like you
yeah,
was
no,
with
I
the
don't
white
know.
girl,
But
then y'all
but
broke
when you
up.
think about it, that was like what, a year ago?
Right. It's too early to be paying this
Oh
man
yeah.
bills because he unemployed. Like, but
Oh.
I can't see her doing all of that. Like she's not paying all of that. She's not that stupid.
I'm confused. Like I don't know Jonathan personally, and I don't know how her Devin.
Duh.
she go. That means some bullshit coming after this.
And I also don't know Devin Franklin. Like I don't know what their marriage looked like on the inside, but I just feel something in my heart for Megan. I feel like, girl, what are you doing? Like you really went from Devin Franklin to this man. Like what? Like I just don't see
So
it.
how? Like, what you comparing when you say to this man?
Yeah,
So
that's what I was trying to figure
okay,
out.
granted, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the relationship was with her and Devin towards the end. But like Devin Franklin is a man of God. Like he just give me like he's a thorough guy. Like he looked like he just kind of got it together. And like even before he was a man of God, like he also did like media production. Like he just looks like he got it together. Jonathan, on the other hand, he is
He
giving me
also a man of God, and he did have it together. Like he was just the
he
hottest thing since.
cry baby every time I see this man. Like I don't think he has.
Cause he don't got no job. Like you'll be crying too if you was out here making all this money, potentially about to make. I don't know the bag. Like you was about to be with Marvel. Well, he was with Marvel, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think
And
he
he was about to be in a new like Marvel movie. They make a lot of money off of the Marvel
they
movie. So
do.
imagine like thinking like
You about to
let's
be at
just
the
say little,
pinnacle.
just say me. I'm like, all right, like I'm making my regular salary, and then there's somebody come and tell me like, oh, you about to make 500,000 a year starting now. Like I'll be hyped. I'll be like, all right, yes, let's get it done. Like, come on.
Mm.
And
And
then
then
boom,
boom, they be
snatch.
like, actually, never mind, because you was in
Because of
a
your
scuffle.
stupidity, though. He did that to himself. Like
But
He
no,
was
remember
trying to
it
get away
came
from
out that
that
she
white
was
girl.
lying. It
he
came
was
out that she was
lying.
lying.
I really don't know the story about
Look
him.
at her. Do your research.
Listen, but either
And
way,
he was trying to get away from that white girl. She was trying to go through his phone and fight him, and he was just like trying. You ain't see him running from that girl.
Running.
I don't
Running
know.
for his life.
I don't know. I even think even when I was watching Lovecraft Country, I
You just don't like that he a
You
dark skinned man.
exactly. You don't like that man.
You don't like that he
don't
dark
like
skinned to his lips up. That's what it is. Like
I don't like him. I can't see it. I can't.
It definitely like rubbed me the wrong way when they got together because he just didn't look like her type, and people were
Right.
thinking he was like so cute and he was the sexiest man. Remember he got the on the
yeah, that
magazine
cover.
Yes. And I was
sexiest man
like,
for whatever year,
here.
and I just was like, I don't really know what y'all see. Like I don't see that. I don't really think he's attractive, just me. But he was on the pinnacle of his career and he was doing amazing things. And I think in the midst of them meeting each other, he was in a hard place. But I'm thinking she's thinking that he still was going to be doing his big one. But
Right.
then, brand deals and all of that started going left. And she liked him at that point. So she stuck beside him in the rough time because she really did like him, which I don't really fault her for that. I just wish that it worked out a little differently in her scenario because I feel like she deserves a little bit better. I think she's beautiful. And I don't want to be the one that have to do that. Like I don't want to have to be the one to pick up the slack right in the beginning of our relationship when you fall short because I like you that much. But I don't know. Like I heard that her ex-husband was like really manipulative, really like just talk down to her, passive aggressive. And
Mhm.
maybe that just wasn't her. Just because he was a man of God, I think he was trying to like really put that on her too, like being a first lady and doing all of that. And I don't really think that's really like the life she wanted to live. I think she liked him for him, but I don't think she wanted everything that came with it. So that just didn't work out. But I think that's the same, and I'm going on a tangent, but I think that's the same with Shawnee O'Neal, or Shawnee, what's her last name now?
Uh,
I only know
Henderson.
her as Shawnee O'Neal. I can't. I
Henderson.
don't think I know her new last name. But Shawnee, we know
Henderson.
who Shawnee is. Go ahead.
It's Henderson. But I think that she fits that role very well. Like her being a first lady, like some people just not built for it. I think she was out of the group, always the one that was just very chill, always had her composure together, and she just wasn't like out there like that, never was revealing and all of that. But I think Megan Good was like she was an outside girl. Like she was
Yeah.
cute. She always had her boobs out. She was doing this, she was doing that. And I think that her being married to a pastor really had to change who she was, the things she liked to wear, what she liked to do. And I think that her being with Jonathan, she's able to be that person that she wants to be and don't have to pretend to be something else. And us in the audience looking like, but why him though?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure that one out.
Well, my initial thought was that I feel like she just like a project. Like sometimes some girls just like a project. Like they like to like, you
Build a
know,
man.
yeah, like if they mean like you is no way that I'm gonna see like somebody this sound real gold diggish, but I'm not about to see somebody on a down slope and be like, that's the man I want right there. Like unless I'm looking for a project. Like
Yeah, now
so
cool.
Mhm.
yeah, like you saying like, oh, she might have like thought that it was gonna come around for him, but you also know it's a strong possibility that it ain't. Like, this is a
Yeah.
black man against a white woman. Like, come on, the
Hmm.
odds
And she
of
probably feel like since they in the same industry and she been in it for a lot longer than him, that she could get him some gigs and some roles and make a phone
yeah, I don't
call
want
and
to
all of
have to
that.
be there when they give you some gig and some roles unless I'm looking for a project. Like I said, like
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
that might been at her initial thing, like, oh, I want to help him out, like, and I ain't gonna say looking for everybody. She done might genuinely have wanted to like help him out, and then
Yeah.
she actually started liking him, and then now
Yeah.
she likes him for who he is, and he like. I'm assuming he like her for who she is versus like what she can do for him and how like you know how some people like if you're
Yeah.
helping them, they might find an attachment to you because you're like that person for them, not
Hmm.
outside of that. And I hope it's
Yeah.
outside of that. But yeah, that's risky. That's a risky way to start a relationship.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, and to be devil's advocate, she is, it's harder for women to find men that are on the same level as them that will want them for them. Like I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of men that are on that same level as her wants a woman that needs them. Like wants a woman that has to depend on them, whether it's financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever the case. And so I think she probably did find her person, but he may not be up there with the funds, but he might give her that confidence. He might give her the love that she never felt like she
Yeah.
had from her husband. Like he might give her all the things she wants in a man. He just don't have the bread part. So it's like you kind of gotta choose your battle, because she could have been with somebody that had checked all the boxes, but made her feel like shit. So I
Yeah.
don't
And we
know.
could just be speculating. How we know he really getting all his bills paid for? Like this was just a
Right. Because
this
it's
was just
all
a
time.
post we seen. Like this is not
This is
and
not
I don't know
facts.
if this is 100% accurate. This is just a post we seen and we not feeling it. Like if this post is true, we definitely not feeling it. But yeah, they might have just both been in vulnerable places and met each other and really fell in love with each other and
Yeah.
didn't think that this is the person I would have fell in love with. And they both probably are helping each other in ways that outside looking in we don't know. Like
Yeah.
the way
I
that
think
man
so.
be crying on that stage every time that he gotta make a speech about her and she
They
be
love
looking
each
at him
other.
crying. I be trying to figure out like is these two actors and actresses doing their thing or are they really genuine? Like
No, I think they really love each other. I really do. I
I
think
hope
I
they
so.
think
love
so.
each other.
I
Yeah,
think so.
I really, really, really hope so because I would hate for him to do my girl dirty or for her to do him dirty after being with
Yeah.
him all this time through all the lists. Like some people get scorned over stuff like that. Like don't help
Yeah.
me out and like be there for me and then throw me away. Like I'm just nothing.
Hmm.
Like so
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, shout out to Jonathan and Megan. Wish,
Yes. Shout out
wishing
to
y'all all
y'all.
the best.
Shout out to Black Love. Like
Yes,
Like,
let's be
she has
supportive of
Coretta.
the black
She
couples,
has Coretta,
period.
sir.
Child, she is Coretta is crazy.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, speaking of all the great things that Megan is doing for this man, what is your definition of a good person?
Mm.
Hmm. Of a
Hmm.
good person. I think that's someone who I don't know. Like I feel like I just know it when I see it. Like sometimes
Yeah.
it's hard to like pick apart the characteristics, but some characteristics that I do see in people that I meet that I know are great people is
Hmm.
like they are never intentionally doing things for the negative. Like everything they are doing is to like help somebody. And I think that also being a good person is just like trying to eliminate more negative thoughts than anything because like it's easy for us to just, and when I say us I'm just talking like people in general, us to think about something in a negative way
Yeah.
and just like go on a tangent about it. But to actually think about stuff positively all the time is a strength that some people don't realize that is a good quality. Like, so yeah, I think those are two starting qualities that I think um would show me what a good person is.
Yeah. I say like someone that's super selfless,
Mm.
Hmm.
definitely positive, like that make you think like, like if you with them in a room, it makes you think more like positive. Like they have like
Yeah.
this aura about them that make you think like, I like you. Like you really, really
Yeah.
are you really, really are a good person. Like somebody could just give somebody else a compliment or look at a situation and say something good about it. Like if you in traffic or something, you'd be like, oh my God, I'm in traffic. I'm about to be late. But they'll say like, oh, it must be a reason that there's traffic or whatever. Like if there was
Right.
a car accident ahead, God, I thank you for the traffic because that could have been me if I left out a little bit earlier or something like that. Like just always having positive vibes. Somebody that's a good person, I would say who you can trust with like news that you share that they won't be talking about it with negative intent to somebody else, but more
Yes.
of a like maybe testimony kind of conversation or just in a room where there's other encouraging people that could pray for you like, oh, my friend is going through this, like can y'all pray for her or pray for him? I think that's a good person too. I don't know, like somebody that's just always got positive vibes about them, good
Yeah.
aura.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I think of like a good person, like I really think of all the time. I think of my friend Heavenly. Like she always thinks with the glass half full rather than half empty. Like every situation is always like, let's look at the positive of it and not the negative. Like let's think
Yeah.
about and also like solution oriented. Like just always like seeing the good of everybody. And I think that's something that I always like admire about her. And I think that's why like I gravitate a lot to her is because like her mindset is just a mindset I wanna embody because I think for a long time I always thought of like the glass half empty versus half full.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like everyone is saying, like that positive or positive energy, selflessness, like just overall like a good ass person, like just somebody
Yeah.
you would want to be around. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will see.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hate seeing like somebody that's a good person either with somebody that's not a good person or just being mistreated by somebody that's not a good person. Because the way
Yes.
that they freaking respond could never be me. Like, they just don't give me the response that I be needing them to give me like ever. And I'm like, you could be a good person, but you could put somebody in their place. But they'll say something like,
You would say you can put somebody in their place?
they'll say something like, I'll let God handle it, or they're gonna get their
Yeah,
karma. They're gonna get their karma. Like, what? Oh my God, I got some growing to do because I want to be able to respond in a way that's like I don't let somebody have emotional control over me. Like, I want to be able to be like, that's you, you dealing with something, but I'm not gonna let that take me out of my character or change, my vibe right now. I'm gonna just let you do you.
but
But that reminds me of.
I also think though that's like the best type of friendships though. Like when somebody is positive and you not saying that the person got to be negative, but like somebody got a little backbone to them. Like because sometimes they don't see
That's
that.
more confrontational, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't see it. It's like no. Actually, like sometimes you gotta step in. Like no, you're not about to do this. Like, and
Yeah.
those type of relationships always work out because it's like that person always helps elevate you, like thinking positively, but you always like stepping up for them just in case
Yeah.
you got to confront something or you got to be head on about something. I think those are like the best type of relationships, like when you form those like friendships.
Yeah. I think that's Holly, and I don't even know them personally, but I feel like that's Holly and Chloe.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Holly is like so nice, so sweet, like, and Chloe is like, but girl, like she a little bit
No,
feisty, but still nice.
no, it's opposite. They said,
Really?
yeah, they said Chloe is the nice. It's in a lot of interviews. Chloe is the nice one. And,
What?
yeah, and you would have never thought that.
I would have thought Holly was the super nice one.
Chloe's the super nice one, and Hallie always be on go. And like,
What? I
once
would
you
never
start
guess that.
thinking about like the stuff that they do, you could actually see it vividly.
Really?
Yes, yo, go
Because
look
I feel like Holly is like just
at.
shy, timid. She standoffish. She mind her own business. She's private. Versus Chloe, want to be seen, want to be cute, want to have on her cute outfits, want to be feisty in her little videos and all of that. That's
No,
so funny.
that's
I'm
just probably her alter ego.
Yeah, could be.
right.
Definitely could be. But yeah, I'm aspiring to be a better person. I don't not think that I'm not a good person, but I don't think that I display all of the qualities that we just said all the time.
No, I
Like,
aspire to be a better person too. Like I just really want to just do some growing and striving in that direction. Like I want people to think of me and be like, I really do like how she think or how she always look at the good and stuff. Like most of the time I do try to look at the good and stuff, but sometimes I do have my moments where
yeah, same.
and I think that also come from like my environment. Like I just need to change my environment sometimes because speaking of this, like I feel like um remember how you talked about like oh like giving somebody a compliment or something like that.
Mhm.
Sometimes you not you but people be wanting to do that and silly and then like if you do that people will look at you crazy like you just told them the worst news ever like when really it's just like girl like I'm just saying you look nice today or something like that like just stop being around the negativity will allow
Yeah,
you to grow in more positive ways. And that's not to say like stop being positive because you're in a negative environment, but like it just makes you on guard a lot, like when you're in a
yeah.
negative environment
Like you don't
versus
even want
like
to really say nothing because you don't know the response you're gonna get.
Mm.
right. So and it's like I came to be a positive person. And if you giving me a response that's like negative, like it make me want to be like, oh well, maybe I shouldn't have said this to this
Yeah.
person. But like, why not? Like
Yeah,
so yeah, I think it's just more so sometimes I need to change my environment too.
yeah. And I think that when you're a good person, you go into a situation not even caring what the response is gonna be because
Yeah.
you so authentic to yourself that like you understand that maybe they don't receive compliments on a daily basis at home or from their loved ones that they don't even know how to receive it, but you pray that they'll learn how to do so and you keep it
Right.
pushing. Like even if you say like, oh girl, you look cute, and she give you the dirtiest look, you keep it pushing and you don't really care like about what she say or what she do because she's going to be thinking about that when she go home and she's going to be like wow like and you might have an impact on her where she's like learning how to accept compliments or whatever the case may be. You just never know the impact you make. So I would say me being able to get to a point where I'm not too concerned about the receiving party, but just me being like authentically me and just being okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's end with a bang, y'all. Let's talk about baddies. I'm talking about with a bang.
For
Imagine.
real, like literally.
What a real bang.
So, Kiana, explain to me why Tasiki and Diamond were fighting.
Okay, so word on the streets right now.
Word on the streets is
Apparently there was a situation that happened online where Diamond the Body was speaking on Tasiki saying like you should essentially take care of Junior. Junior is Krishan's son,
right.
and
Wait,
uh,
but before that, what happened was Diamond the Body, she be like trolling all the time.
right, right,
But
right.
everybody ain't playing. That's one thing.
Right.
So she was trolling supposedly, and she was calling Taseki out, like saying like, "Oh, you're boring on the show. Like you're only gonna get like any like audience like view because of me, and I'm about to show you why." So she like in the gym with this punching bag, like, "Oh, I will beat you up," saying all of this type of stuff. Um, about Seki, and everybody know from watching Baddies, if you watch Baddies, or even some people who don't watch Baddies know that Seki, she really like know how to fight. So like a lot of people aren't really calling her out because they don't want to get their ass whipped.
Right.
And this type of ass whipping that she be giving don't be like a regular fight ass whipping. It look like you got jumped once you know finish fighting her.
I don't
So
want to fight Taseki.
I guess she was the one who called her out, and she was basically trying to troll her, and then Seki like basically wasn't playing with her. Then Diamond the Body started talking about what Kiana was about to say, like her nephew. So go ahead, Kiana.
Are they really like sisters? Or they just
No,
from
they're
Baddies?
sisters.
Oh, Krishana, her, yes. You don't think they look like
They look
super
alike.
similar? They look. You
Now
gotta look
that
at these
I'm
pictures.
now that I'm thinking about it, then maybe, but I never knew that they was actually really related.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
yeah, they sisters, and
they
they look
sisters.
alike a lot.
But like everybody know that right now, Krishan and Tasiki, like they not on speaking terms because of the last season of Baddies. Um, based on her trying to fight for Krishan, and they got into it, whatever. So Diamond the Body was like, essentially, she said something about Junior, like you should be taking care of Junior instead. Like, don't he need a home or something like that. So that really is what fueled the fire. So now Tasiki was like, you know what, I'm gonna beat your ass for Junior, and that's exactly what happened. The reunion.
She was like, that's exactly what
When I
happened.
seen that video, what she was
No,
looking
it didn't
like.
air, but the reunion was recorded a week or two ago. And essentially, I guess they rumbled. Diamond the Body, her tooth fell out, lip was
Girl,
busted.
yes.
And then she said, and then after all that happened, Natalie was trolling with the tooth or whatever. Like Diamond got her ass, unfortunately. But you know,
I can't wait to see the reunion.
apologized. Like, I don't know why she apologized. She apologized. She said that she wanted to stop doing reality TV. Then she switched the story. Now she want to go back to reality TV. I don't know. The girl is deranged. She's
Child, that's funny. One of the relationships on Betty that really hurt my heart is definitely Meatball and
yes,
Tinker. Like that
Yes.
really pissed me off. And as much as I love Meatball, I feel like she was being a hater the whole time
she was.
about the Betty chain. Like you keep on asking, oh, what get you a Betty chain or what make you a Betty? Like, why are you so pressed about this chain? Just relax. Like, especially when you see your friend got one. Like, come on, bro. You supposed to be on her dick, like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you. Got your Betty chain. We came here together, like, and just trust the process and trust that you will get yours. But like that really hurt my heart because you could really tell, like, when they was arguing, Tinker was talking about stuff that happened back home. They ain't
Yeah,
had nothing to do with the show. When she flew her out to Miami, she came to her house. Like, they was talking about all types of stuff. So I feel like it was a lot of hurt that she was holding in for a long time. And I just feel like I don't want this fame stuff to have Meatball like not knowing how to act or not knowing how to be a true
yeah,
friend because at the end of the day, y'all came there together and outside of this Betty stuff, y'all was really cool. Apparently, they go back and forth all the time, but I just feel like that really kind of displayed like if somebody else is getting a shine outside of Meatball,
yeah,
she don't really know how to like handle it. Like she
Yeah.
used to be in the center of attention in Philly because everybody know her, da da da. But when you go to this show where all of these girls is trying to have the attention on them and you not the center of attention all the time, I don't know if you know how to really navigate that.
yeah.
So that broke my heart a little bit.
I think one thing I did see about Meatball that I didn't like is with the whole Tink getting the baddie chain first. I think really like Meatball thought she would get it first just because she was already on, and two, like she ain't really had to audition to get on. Like she was like already somebody that
Yeah.
they already wanted on. So when she did see Tink get it before her, that jealousy really did jump out, and that shit did not make her look cute at all. But one thing I would say with the argument, I did think Tink did a lot. There was a lot. Like the whole like, I'm gonna kiss you in front of my daughter because whatever. I don't want her to see this, but I'm never gonna fuck with you again. Like some things was a little, it was a little TV-ish, but like
Yeah. I think she just extra as fuck.
yeah, But I think the hurt is real, but the way
Yeah,
like it did display on TV, it was giving acting a little bit. So
yeah,
And I think like you could see a little bit of Meatball insecurities when it
hmm
came to that. Like Meatball, she like known for like being herself, like not caring what people think about her, how she dressed and all that type stuff. But then when she was asking like, "Oh, what you gotta do to get a baddie chain? Like, what I gotta get dressed? Like, what I supposed to look like this? Like, what I supposed to look like that?" And it
yes.
was
Get
like.
dressed, me. Get dressed. Like I'm sick of seeing that big T-shirt over that stomach.
yeah,
I know with them shorts. But yeah, like then like literally the next episode, Meek got her hair done, she dressed, all of this type stuff after she just
Mhm.
said like, "Oh, what I gotta do to be a Betty." So it's like, girl, like you came on the show, like I like Meek, don't get me wrong, but you came on the show basically like saying like, "Oh, I'm her," like so I ain't really
Yeah.
gotta worry about nothing else. But then reality check came in when your sister, which was really probably your friend, like came and actually like grind her way and got her a baddie chain versus just something being handed to her because of her name. Like you
yeah.
felt a little insecure about that. Like,
Yeah.
girl, like everything not gonna be handed to you just cause you meatball. Like
Yeah.
hmm
And
so
y'all
I
could have
think
had a
that was a reality
conversation.
check she had to, get a little taste of.
Yeah.
But all in all, I like me and I like Tinka. Like I
Yeah.
really feel bad that they going through this. Like I hate to see
Yeah.
like really, really close friends or sisters or whatever y'all are go through stuff and then like have to relive it cause
Yeah.
y'all on TV. Like that's a lot. And it do seem like it was a lot of hurt. Like between both of them though. Like Tinka was saying like she don't feel like Meat support her outside of anything that gotta do with Meatball. Like which is
Yeah.
probably true. Like, but also Meatball could have been one of them people who don't realize that that's so self-centered and is not looking on that side of things. Like, so she might be like, "Dang, like maybe that was the case, and I do need to change." But now it's like, can they
Yeah.
even mend this?
Yeah. I
It's a
think they
lot.
should. It could have just been a conversation, honestly. And I think they just let so many different factors get ahead of it. I think Tinka was willing to have a conversation about it. I think she was authentically herself. I think Meek struggled with being on TV, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like I don't think she really knew how to really be on TV because even some of the altercations that she was in, like when she started arguing with Jayla, like the first couple episodes. I'm like, this brewed out of like anything. Like I think they whispered in her ear, like, "Hey, I need you to argue," and she just kind of like came up with anything because she like, "You not about to big bully Biggie," and we like,
No, I
what?
think all of them have like to have a certain amount of fights or like y'all
Yeah.
got to get into it with somebody for y'all to
Right,
be on
and
the
I don't
show.
think she
Like,
knew how to segue into having beef with
yeah.
somebody because it just came off like very TV-ish, very like you just arguing just to argue. They must have told you had to argue today. Like it wasn't authentic.
It's your day to argue, so like come up with something. That's
Figure
how
it
it felt
out.
like.
Figure it out. She should have got in an argument with Asian doll after she was like, "So what you gotta do to get a baddie chain?" That would have been a perfect opportunity because Asian would have been like, "So what you mad?" And then that would have been cool. But anyway,
But I also think that Meatball felt the way about Asian getting a chain because Asian really
Mhm.
didn't do nothing on the show, but she got a chain off of her name, and she felt like since I'm Meatball, like I wanted a chain off my name too. Like, so
yeah,
Well,
that's probably
she
why
got in the paint with Mariah though, and she tore Mariah ass up.
Asian Doll.
it
Yes.
was alright.
Yeah, but it was like one of those joints where it was like that ain't worth a baddie's chain. I don't feel like
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah, I was about to say that. Like, I think okay, she did beat up Mariah, but like baddie chain worthy, like that shit look like two chickens squabbling. If you ask me,
I'm hollering.
yeah, like I don't think it was worth a baddie chain. I feel like they just was already going to give her a baddie chain because she was Asian Doll, and then
Yeah.
she got into it with Mariah, so it was like that was their
but
excuse. Like, oh, she got into it with Mariah, that's why she got one. Like, no, she
Yeah.
was already gonna get
Yeah, I
one.
think she was
Period.
gonna get it because she was Asian doll too. Because she wasn't even
Yeah,
on all the episodes. She was kind of
no,
like in and out. So
right.
yeah.
So yeah,
But me, you'll get your baddie chain at some point, I guess.
I
no, she
mean, she
got
did
it.
get one because remember she wore it like the court or something like that. Like she ended up
Oh
getting
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. She did end up getting
Well,
one.
She just ain't get it when she wanted it.
I just watched the season finale just before I got on here. She got it.
Okay, period.
She got it.
I'm gonna go
And
ahead
I
and
don't
watch
want
it
you to
after
give me
we
no
get off
baddie
here.
chain off of pity, like, cause now I feel like you only gave it to me because I was begging for it. Like,
Yeah, you
Mhm.
definitely was begging for sure.
Well,
But
the,
I
anyway,
to get dressed though. Like she couldn't find no cute 2-piece. Like that's nuts.
She said she wasn't really getting dressed because she felt like every day like she didn't know if it was gonna be a setup, so she didn't want to like get cute.
Yeah, and then that's also what she was very violent. Like the fact that she had what they said she
Oh
had.
yeah, even when she was mad about the replacements and she had the little knife drawn, I'm like, where did this come from? Like, what's the beef with the replacements? Who was you arguing with?
Like, what you wanted to stab her up? Me? Like, I'm confused.
Confusion. Anyway, what's your show of the week?
Oh, my show of the
She
week
just irked me.
is y'all gotta watch Perfect Match on, or is it called Perfect Couple? I'm talking about Perfect Match. Perfect Couple on Netflix. That is good. Check it out.
Okay, perfect match.
Okay.
No,
TK.
Perfect Couple.
Oh, perfect couple.
I don't have a favorite show this week. I've been working all week. I ain't had time to watch it.
Heard you.
Why you
I
guys
don't
say
gotta-
like you mad?
Because I'm actually mad that I actually had to work all week and not watch TV. Like, I'm pissed.
Guess who mine is, y'all?
Game of Thrones.
Thank
Yo,
you.
some crazy
All
stuff
right,
is
this week I'm going to
happening.
watch Game of Thrones because I'm on season 5, but I just haven't been watching it because I just been stuck with that season. So
Crazy things are happening. Crazy things are happening. And
Okay, I need to watch.
I'm glued. to
yeah,
this
you
movie.
probably still on season 1 after you just
She
told us to watch it.
is.
We are. We're still in season 2. I'm moved. But
Crazy.
our favorite shows come back on. Survivor comes back on this Wednesday. So
Oh, I know y'all gonna be tuned into that.
Oh, y'all, Power came back on too. Y'all watching that?
no.
Oh, I haven't seen the new episodes of Power yet.
Yeah, I ain't watched that either.
Yeah,
My
I'm
mom
like-
was telling me last
I
night.
don't like this season. I can't get into it, so I'm chalking it. Like,
Well, I
I
didn't
just
watch
wanna
this
see
season
what's
yet, so
going on.
I don't have a real review on this season. But I'll try to have a review by the next pod.
yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
I watched the
But
first.
wait, I did want to say I have a movie of the week. If y'all didn't watch Rebel Ridge on Netflix, that
Rebel
was
Ridge?
a really good movie. It's a new Netflix movie that just came out not too long ago. Y'all need to go watch it. It was really good and it's not really long. So
And what
that's
is
right.
the?
Send it to me because I can't remember it.
Okay, I'll send it to you. Just a snippet is just this guy that used to be in the military that got rubbed the wrong way by the police, and the whole movie is him
Oh, I
getting
think I seen a preview of it.
his revenge back, pretty much.
Okay.
Yes, I want to watch it.
Yup. So make sure y'all go tune into that. But that's all I got for y'all. We're gonna start the spelling bee back up next week. I got a couple words that I need y'all to spell.
Now you gonna find a couple words that you need us
Most
to
times,
spell.
see the word to spell. You'll never be spelling like.
Oh yeah, let me look up a word because
I
you
can
definitely
spell
didn't
it.
spell
Y'all,
in
y'all
them.
acting like I can't spell. I can spell.
No, you cannot. So that's the best part about all of this. I feel like out of all of us, I spell the best. But
Girl,
anyway,
please. You couldn't spell no word right that I gave you.
No.
I think I could spell every word that you gave me, but I think I just was under a lot of pressure. Anyway, we are out of here, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in yet again on a Monday. We love y'all. Continue to like and subscribe, and we are out.
Bye, y'all.
Later.